What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about my marathon gear, what I use and train with on an everyday basis. Right now, if you've been following the channel, you know that I am approaching 7 weeks out from the race. Things are starting to gear up, starting to really build up the intensity and mileage. We're getting into the thick of things, so I'm super pumped, but I really just wanted to go over like what I use for my runs. I'm gonna start with my shoes. Right now, and for the majority of this prep, I'm gonna be using these shoes. This same exact rotation. You do need to use different shoes for different types of runs because each of them have a purpose. For everyday easy runs, recovery runs, anything that's at an easy zone 2 pace, I'm using the Asics Novablast 5s right now. Big fan of these shoes so far. They're very cushiony and responsive. They're not like super tall where you're like afraid you're gonna roll an ankle. I usually don't wear those type of shoes anymore. I used to. Pretty medium height with good foam, responsive foam that makes it easy for easy paces. And this is what I'm using for 80% of my runs, which are at an easy pace. Moving on to the speed work. This next shoe is what I usually use for intervals on the track. Nike Vaporfly 3s. I've been wearing these for a while now. These are actually almost at their end. I'm like approaching 200 miles in these. I wore these for my marathon at the Twin Cities Marathon, and I've loved them ever since. So I'm definitely going to use these because of the carbon fiber plate, nice and light, and they have like a rocker technology. These are the shoes that I've been wearing for my speed intervals on the track. Really been using these for anywhere from like sprints to 1K repeats. My marathon specific tempo pace shoe, Saucony Endorphin Pro 4s. I've been a huge fan of these shoes. I'm definitely going to get another pair for the actual race. So these are probably not going to be the ones that I use because they have a good amount of miles. And I wore these on my last marathon and Hyrox. So perfect for a training shoe now that they're a little bit worn in. For anything where you kind of have to sit in an uncomfortable pace, marathon, it's really good for marathon pace like runs, tempo runs, long runs with marathon paces built in. These are a really good shoe. So I'm definitely going to get these for the race, I think, just in a different color most likely, but also have a carbon fiber plate. And I honestly, this might be my favorite part, but the tongue is like all like attached here. So I just feel like these fit my feet really well. Those are the 3 pairs of shoes that I wear on an everyday basis. For long runs especially, I always carry gels on me. And a lot of people ask me, like, where do you carry your phone? Where do you carry your gels, water, all that stuff with you? I try to keep it as simple as possible, but some of the tights, the running tights that I wear have like little side pockets, and I'll put my phone in there. Otherwise, I'm a big fan of the FlipBelt. Just fits nice and snug around your waist, above your waistline on your shorts. It has like these little slit compartments every couple of inches. So it's basically just like one continuous pocket all the way around. So it works perfect for gels. You just slide them in and they're easy to get out, because if you just feel for them, say, oh, it's right here, go into the nearest hole, boom, gel. So I'm a big fan of this. I think you can even tighten it and loosen it too, but I kind of have mine exactly where it needs to be. So super beneficial. Highly recommend getting some sort of running belt because carrying your phone, carrying your gels in your pockets can get annoying. So definitely recommend. Headphones. I wear these Onn, I think they're called bone collectors, something like that. But basically, they wrap around the back of your head, and they're not like directly over your ear so that it's blocking noise around you, because when you're running, you want to be able to hear cars that are coming so you don't get hit, or if you have to, or if someone's yelling at you or something. So I rarely wear noise canceling headphones because it can be a little bit dangerous. These are perfect because they I don't know how this technology works, but they basically sit right on this cheekbone, ear bone, and then vibrate that bone, and that's how you hear the music. These are my go-tos. I've been wearing these for like 2 years now. How do you track your heart rate? Obviously, yes, your watch has built-in heart rate. You're only wearing your watch. I've noticed, and a lot of other people have noticed too, like the heart rate data usually isn't accurate. It can be, but it also can be very far off. Like I'll be on an easy run and all of a sudden my heart rate shoots up to 180. That's like, what? Okay. Yeah, right. So chest strap. I use a Polar H10, just goes right around here. You just wear that on. I basically wear it for most of my runs. It syncs right to your watch and gives you live heart rate data. I'll go into what I wear for my watch. This is my Garmin Forerunner 955. I've only had one Garmin, only had one running watch, and this is it for the past couple years. So it's treated me very well. It's also the solar edition, so it charges when you're out in the sun. The battery life is great. I get about 6 days, I would say, before having to charge it, and it probably takes like less than an hour to charge fully. So battery life has never been a problem. I'm a big fan of Garmin because there's a Connect app which gives you all the data that you need: sleep, your activity, your runs, your paces, HRV, your resting heart rate, everything that you'd want. And then you can also input your workouts into it and send them to your watch, so that if you do like a tough interval day, you don't have to like try to remember what you have to do. Your Garmin can just walk you right through it, and it'll tell you like, in 2 minutes you need to do this, and then now let's rest for 30 seconds, so on and so forth. You can customize the watch face. I just kind of have a blank one, but basically, yeah, there's just lots of different screens that you can look at basically any time. What I also really like about Garmin watches is that it tells you your like VO2 max, and what it predicts that you'll run in races, like 5K, 10K, half marathon, and marathon. Like right now it says I can run a 2:58 marathon. It's been saying that the past couple months, which I honestly kind of believe it. I still haven't yet to run it. I think it's really cool. So that's the watch that I wear. I wear it 24/7. Yeah, it is waterproof if you are a swimmer. So you can, I also play golf. I use it for golf, use it for walking, softball. Every single activity that I do, I track it. So huge fan of Garmin. I'll probably always stick with Garmin, and then at some point, maybe level up. All right, a couple more things that are in the regular rotation. So on a long run, or if it's super hot out, you gotta bring water. It can be very annoying to just carry a plastic water bottle. So I just have I have a couple of these, but this is my favorite, the 12 ounce. It's a Nathan brand. The shape of it is like kind of built so that your hand can fit around it nicely, and then you can tighten this strap so that basically if you go like this, it's not even gonna come off. And then there's also like a little pocket if you want to keep like a key or a gel, and there's a zipper in here too. So that's what I use for water. And then for big workouts, I'll use 2 of them and like swap them out. But then, because I'm not the best breather, especially when I sleep, and I'm usually like plugged up in one nostril, but I have been using Pneuma Nasal Tape recently, and I'm a big fan. One, it's good for your actual workouts, not just running, but it can be for any workout. But this is what they look like. There's all sorts of different colors. You can get them with lettering on here. Basically, it's like you just take these like a Band-Aid, you peel these off, wrap it around your nose, push it down for 15 seconds, and then boom, it like increases the amount of oxygen you can get through your nose, which is perfect for a zone 2 run when you're trying to breathe through your nose, get more air, so that you're using it most efficiently. I've worn them in past videos, so if you've seen them, wondered what the heck was I wearing, that's what I was wearing. Plus, if you'd like to try them out, this is how you spell Numa. You go to their website, go to their social media, click on their link in their bio, use code Wenzel, and you'll get 15% off as well. So definitely something to give a try. They're not very expensive either. Those are like the big things. I have recovery tools that I use. I wouldn't necessarily count them as running gear because I don't use them while I run. This is everything that I use while I run. Just wanted to give some insight on my marathon gear that I've been using for this prep and that I will use for this prep moving forward. A little bit different than ultra gear that I use. That would be a whole separate video. We can do that at a different time. But hope you enjoyed. I'll put a link of everything in the description below if you'd like to check these things out. So thanks for watching. That's another week of marathon prep. We are 7 weeks out. Last week I ran 55 miles. This week's gonna be a little bit of a down week, closer to 50. Then we're gonna push towards 60 to get this peak mileage. So I'm pumped. 2 months out. Let's do it.